What's up guys, it's Masked Up Swede. Right now I'm checking out the UK drill plug video. This one is the deadly divide in East London, Dagenham versus Barking. So yeah, I don't fully know what gangs this is, I'm not gonna lie man. I know like Dagenham and Barking gets mentioned, like other paper mentions it, probably like the 6th and the 7th, those sides. But yeah, I don't fully know which one's where and that. But I guess we'll find out. Also, I just made a Discord, links in the description, go join that, and don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let's go.
Dagenham is located within East London, more specifically within the London borough of Dagenham and Barking,
Okay, so it's actually one borough, Barking and Dagenham.
which has been ranked within the top 10 most dangerous boroughs in London. And in
Still, man, I feel like they say this every time about every borough, but yeah, I don't know, man.
2023, the crime rate would be around 123 crimes per 1,000 people, coming in 18% higher than London's crime rate. The two biggest areas
18% higher.
within this
Okay.
borough are in fact Barking and Dagenham, with the borough being home to around 211,000 residents
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
as of a 2018
Like, it always gets me when they show the population of these boroughs, man. That's like, that would be like probably the 4th or 5th biggest city in Sweden, if that was a city, man.
census. However, what a lot of the people that live in and around this borough are unaware of is the gang war between street gangs based in both Dagenham and
Okay, hold on. Are all of these in Dagenham and Barking? I guess so. Okay.
Barking, with this war getting deadly and claiming the lives of multiple members from both sides. This gang war being the war between DAG 109 and allied gangs based around Dagenham and CBT and their affiliates based around
Hey, I haven't heard of either one.
Barking and parts of Dagenham, with new sub-gangs even emerging. Examples of these being S17 and ASB. However, I'll explain
Okay.
all of this later on in the video. Before this
So I don't think they got any rappers or nothing, cause I don't even recognize the names.
video starts, I have created a Discord server. Make sure to join the server. The link will be in the pinned
Yeah, go join that as well, man.
comment. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Now, DAG 109 is just one of the many street gangs involved in this beef, and is based around the RM9 and RM10 postcode. The gang also has territory around Heath Park. Anyways, the 109 gang is actually the younger generation to the older Hood gang based within Dagenham, with these older members having a strong influence on the younger 109 members. The older generation of 109 would also simply go by DAG, or DAG's hardest gang. The gang would identify with the color white around this time. However, the younger generation has started to use the color blue more commonly. During the early 2000s, the more prominent gangs around Dagenham would include OSG, or Outskirt Gangsters, which was based around Althorn Way within the Beacontree Heath estate, Deville based around Dagenham Village, and finally Marty, or Hood Gang, which was a gang based around Millard Terrace and Heathway.
Yeah, all these names are new to me, I'm not gonna lie, man. I haven't heard of any of these.
And it would be the younger members from Hood Gang that would go on to create 109, which has become one of the biggest gangs within Dagenham, with this gang basically being EBK, meaning they have barely any affiliation with other gangs.
Oh, it's one of those. I would say that's what, like, CGM is one of those, I would say. Also those, what is it, Sirac? That kind of feels like they're like this as well.
And have beef with most other gangs surrounding them. The DAG 109 gang has beef with nearby SYS, G Block, ASB, Horrid Hill, and CBT.
That's a lot, man.
109 gang has beef with nearby SYS, G Block, ASB,
I don't know how close these places are, but
Horrid Hill, and
that's kind of mad.
CBT. It's also important to note that a lot of DAG 109's younger members have either been arrested or have jumped off road or moved to different gangs around Newham, with a prime example of this being YT, who was a prominent 109 older,
Oh, okay.
that then became CGE whilst in prison. This then meaning that the 109 gang isn't as prominent nowadays. However, in order to discuss the beef involving 109, we have to talk about their ops. Now, the main rival gangs I'll be discussing include CBT, or Certified Barking Trappers, which is a gang based around the Hearts Lane estate. The set also has territory around the Academy Way estate. Another gang is that of G Block, which is based on the Gas
Hold on.
territory around the Academy Way estate. Another gang is that of G Block, which is based on the gas
So if it's G Block and Helbanians, which one is it? Like,
coin estate.
I don't know.
This estate actually being the home to popular rapper
Oh, so they're even talking about Potter Paper right now.
which is based on the Gascoigne estate.
Oh, so G Block, that's where Potter Paper's from.
This estate actually being the home to popular rapper Potter Paper, with the CBT and G Block gang also having a deadly beef, which I'll be making a separate video on, as this beef is actually very deadly. Dag 109 also has beef with nearby SYS or System, which is a small street gang based around Ibscott Close, RM10. All of these gangs beef with Dag 109. It's also important to note that in recent years, other street gangs have emerged. Examples of this being ASB, which is a gang situated on the Thames View estate within the IG-11 postcode. This gang was actually recently formed.
So what does IG mean when it's a postcode? Because I thought, like, obviously SE Southeast, like N17 North, like, but what does IG mean?
Situated on the Thames View estate within the IG-11 postcode. This gang was actually recently formed and has beef with nearby CBT, Horrid Hill, and more importantly, S17. S17 is also a very new gang and was formed by young gang members from Dagenham. This gang would gain prominence after Lil Zeno would begin to rap and would gain loads of attention within the TikTok drill scene, dropping songs like Dagenham, which gained thousands of views. However,
why do I recognize Dagenham?
Within the TikTok drill scene, dropping songs like Dagenham, which gained
Lil Zeno and YD Money. I don't think I reacted to that, but somehow I recognize it though.
Thousands of views. However, for simplicity's sake, I'll discuss the beef between ASB and S17 later on in the video. Now, you may be confused as to why all of these gangs based within the London borough of Dagenham and Barking.
Okay, here. Okay, so ASB's down here. They're right there. That looks close as hell, man. And they're up there as well. They're over here. Okay, so it looks a bit more spread out than I've seen in some other boroughs, but still some of them look very close, man.
Have beef. Now, not much is known about the origin of the beef, with it being thought that the beef was inherited by younger members, who would begin to get active within the streets of Dagenham and Barking. But for simplicity's sake, I won't be discussing the early days of the beef. However, I will be discussing the new generation of youngers, who have deadly beefs with surrounding gangs and are just as ruthless and dangerous as the older generation. Another reason these sides may have beef is over either money or females, as that is how a lot of these gangs actually start to beef. But if you do know why all of the gangs involved beef, do drop it down in the comments. One of the earliest bodies between these gangs would be that of Lynx in 2018. Lynx was an alleged member of the nearby CBT gang, who are based around Hearts Lane and Academy Way, with it being thought that the death of Lynx would result in more gangs from the area getting involved. On the 14th of March 2018, a member associated with the gang CBT known as Lynx would be getting off a bus around the Marks Gate area near Chadwell Heath and Romford. What Lynx didn't know, however, was that 6 members from a nearby gang known as Hainault
Hold on.
Heath and Romford. What Lynx didn't know, however, was that 6 members from a
This guy looks like he's 12 or something, man. I mean, some of these guys, some more of them as well, but this guy looks so young, man. Crazy.
A nearby gang known as Hainault, or OCM, would be on the lurk for rivals. The 6 members would spot Lynx getting off the bus and would begin to stalk him. Lynx would walk through an alleyway near his home. This was when the 6 OCM members would jump out and would begin to attack Lynx. Lynx would be stabbed in the leg around 5 times, with the attackers fleeing shortly after the attack. Police and paramedics would arrive moments later. Lynx would be rushed to hospital. However, despite the attempts of medical professionals, he would sadly be pronounced dead in the hospital.
RIP, man. Okay, the gang members 18, 18, 18, 17. Damn. So some of them looked way younger, man.
Hours later, with a murder investigation being launched following his death. During the police investigation, hours of CCTV would be watched, with this then resulting in all 6 youths being arrested days after the attack. These 6 youths would all be found guilty and would be sentenced. 2 of the members would be handed 16 years for the murder. 3 other members would be sentenced to 14 years, and the last member, who was 16, would be sentenced to 11 years for the murder. Rest in peace, Lynx. 2000
R.I.P. man.
18 was actually a very deadly year within the beef, as only 2 months after the death of Lynx, another member associated with the CBT gang would fall victim to the streets,
Another one from their gang as well.
sparking the deadly war in Dagenham and Barking. On the night of the 17th of May 2018, a member affiliated with CBT, or Certified Barking Trappers, known as Manny, would be standing near his home within Harts Lane. What he didn't know, however, was that members of nearby G Block would be sliding and looking for ops. A white BMW containing 4 G Block members would approach Manny. Manny would notice this BMW, however it was too late, as 2 members of G Block would jump out of the car and would launch an attack on Manny. The members would stab Manny 18 times together, with this attack lasting around 2 minutes and 17 seconds.
That's a long time still.
Attackers would then jump back into the car and would flee following the attack. With
Always crazy, like 18 times. That's insane, man.
police and emergency services arriving shortly after the attack, but despite the attempts of medical professionals, Manny would sadly be pronounced dead on the scene. With a murder investigation being launched
R.I.P. man.
moments later, the investigation would see the police looking through countless hours of CCTV, as well as cell phone data on the night of the murder, this leading to the arrests of 4 men who would all be charged for the murder of Manny. Both attackers would be found guilty and would be given life with a minimum of 32 years.
32 years.
As well as 23 years. Rest in peace, Manny. Manny is actually often dissed by younger members of surrounding gangs. Examples of this being ASB, who are a relatively new gang, but have been heavily dissing Manny and other dead rivals on social media and within songs, with an example of this being C3, who would post on Snapchat with the caption disrespecting Manny. It would also be around this time that a member associated with C17 would begin to drop music, this member being known as Young Valenti, who was actually AM from 410's cousin. He would
I feel like I recognize him. I think they've dropped some songs together from like back in the day.
drop a song titled The Pledge at the beginning of 2018, but sadly would be the next person to fall victim to the streets. On the 23rd of June 2018, only 1 month after the death of Manny, a 15-year-old member associated with the C17 gang, known as Young Valenti, would be attending a birthday party. Other teenagers would also be present at this party. It would be at around 9 p.m. that another 17-year-old boy would attend the party. This 17-year-old would appear to have stepped on Young Valenti's shoes.
But wait, so it's not Young Valenti he's made a song with then? But it's someone called something Valenti.
Party. Other teenagers would also be present at this party. It would be at around 9 p.m. that another 17-year-old boy would attend the party. This 17-year-old would appear to have stepped on Young Valenti's shoes. Following this, a confrontation between the youths would occur. A brawl would then ensue between Young Valenti and his group of friends and the 17-year-old and his group, with it even being known that DAG 109 members were present. However, sadly, this would result in the 17-year-old drawing a knife and stabbing Young Valenti twice, this attack proving to
15 as well. R.I.P. man.
be deadly, as Young Valenti was pronounced dead moments later, with police and paramedics arriving on the scene and launching a murder investigation. The 17-year-old boy would flee and would actually give another man the knife used in the attack, this man being William Nayaweli, who was 21. Following a few days of investigation, police would link the 17-year-old to the attack as well as the man that hid the knife. Both would be arrested. The 17-year-old would go on to be found guilty and would be handed 15 years for the murder, whilst the 21-year-old man that hid the knife would be found guilty of perverting the course of justice and would be given 12 months in a young offenders institution. Rest in peace, Young Valenti. Young Valenti's older brother, Valenti.
Yeah, R.I.P. man. Okay, so there is an older brother, Valenti. Okay.
Would actually
That's gonna be the guy that AM's done songs with or something like that. I've seen him rap at least.
go on to talk about the murder years later in an interview with VE Media. He would go on to speak about the shoe incident that sparked the tragic murder. Another thing to note is that both Young Valenti and Valenti are related to the extremely popular rapper AM, who hailed from the Brixton set 410. AM would actually be gaining millions of views with his drill songs around this time. Young Valenti was also close with other gang members from London. He would actually be close with Lil Slips from the Hackney-based gang Hoxton, with Lil Slips even making an appearance in a music video released by Young Valenti titled Loco. Lil Slips would then go on to actually start his own music career, which has seen success. If anything, this just shows how loved Young Valenti was in the streets. Around the end of 2018 and start of 2019, members of CBT would begin to drop UK drill songs, with members like Sosa, YR and Spinna dropping a song
Never heard of them.
Titled Since When on the 11th of March 2019. This song was quite disrespectful and would seemingly spark more tit-for-tat incidents within the streets. Now, shootings and stabbings would occur within both Dagenham and Barking around this time. However, I won't be talking about them, as a lot of them aren't reported and often don't even reach the news. It would be around 2020 and 2021 that new youngers would start repping the gangs, with new gangs even emerging. These gangs included both ASB and S17, who would appear around 2021 and would have a rivalry with each other. ASB was based in Barking, whilst S17 was based in Dagenham. New members would also begin to rep the DAG 109 gang, these members mainly being youngers. Around the beginning of 2022, a 16-year-old known as Tyler Hurley would begin to rap under the name Chucky. Chucky was allegedly affiliated with the Horrid Hill gang from Romford. The Horrid Hill gang actually had a rivalry with DAG 109 and ASB. Anyways, Chucky, who was also a boxer, would begin to release rude diss songs towards his rivals. He would often rap with his brother YC, with these two rappers starting to be referred to as the Violent Siblings. Tyler would also often post on Instagram, with him even posting a photo with the caption, "Back from the dead LOL," which is very eerie when you come to learn that only a few months later, Tyler or Chucky would sadly fall victim to the streets. On the 20th of February 2022, Chucky and his brother YC would release a song titled Violent Twins. This song would feature disses towards the DAG 109 gang based around Dagenham. Chucky and YC would also reference an incident that happened, resulting in an attack on a 109 member in the weeks prior. Due to all of this dissing, members of DAG 109 would be on the lurk looking for Chucky, and it would be on the 14th of March 2022, 4 years after the death of Lynx, that a member of DAG 109 known as Screw would find Chucky. On the 14th of March 2022, 16-year-old Chucky or Tyler Hurley would board a bus in East London on his way to meet his girlfriend. At around 4 p.m., a rival member from the DAG 109 gang known as Screw, who was already on the bus, would spot Chucky, who was with his friend, boarding the bus. Screw would then exit at the back of the bus and would run after Chucky and his friend. Chucky's friend would escape from the bus. However, Chucky would sadly be stuck on the bus with Screw. Screw then thrusted his zombie killer knife towards Chucky. The knife would go through Chucky's arm. Screw would then exit the bus and would chase down Chucky's friend before then being arrested by police officers shortly after the attack. Screw would be charged.
Yeah, that's pretty much setting yourself up to go to jail, man. If you're doing it on the bus, yeah, man.
For the murder. Later in 2022, Screw would be found guilty and would be sentenced to life with a minimum of 26 years, with an image even emerging showing Screw in his jail cell, which he is now going to spend the next 26 years inside. Rest in peace, Chucky. Chucky had a huge amount of potential within the
R.I.P. man.
drill scene, with his released music gaining thousands of views. He also had potential as a boxer, even gaining success in that sport. But sadly, this endless cycle of violence would claim Chucky's life. Rest in peace. It would also be around 2022 that a member associated with ASB would start to get active within the streets, this being Lil H, who was actually C3's blood brother. Lil H would originally be focusing on football around 2021, but would then get active within the streets, and would then begin to drop music with his brother C3, who would apply major pressure to rivals in Dagenham and Barking. Lil H actually has really cold music, and has even started to coin certain ad-libs that are seriously cold. An example of this is, which he often shouts before a song begins. At the end of 2022, two members of DAG 109 would link up and would drop a hotbox freestyle. These members
Haven't heard.
being Lil GR and Ying That. Lil GR was also known as Lil Grams, as his older was Grams. Anyways, this song gained a small amount of attention within the underground UK drill scene, currently sitting on around 36,000 views. Now, the war in the streets would heaten up once again in 2023, with a member associated with SYS known as Butch dying. Butch was actually the brother of C-Miz from 51st.
Oh.
This then meaning that a mum and dad had sadly lost both of their sons
Damn. R.I.P. to both of them, though, man.
to the violent wars playing out in the streets of London. On the 5th of May 2020,
Nuts when you see it like this, man. Look at all these gangs. Because I'm assuming that's what all of these are. Yeah, that's nuts, man.
a member associated with the SYS gang, known as Butch, would be standing near Dagenham Heathway tube station. At around 11 p.m., members of DAG 109 would be lurking around this area and would spot Butch. A fight between the 109 members and Butch would ensue. This would sadly result in Butch being stabbed multiple times. With the 109 members fleeing moments later, police and paramedics would arrive on the scene and would find Butch suffering multiple stab wounds. However, despite the attempts of paramedics, Butch would sadly be pronounced dead on the scene, with another murder investigation being launched. During the investigation, a 15-year-old would be arrested and charged for the murder. However, I couldn't find if the teen was found guilty and sentenced, this most likely being due to the fact that a trial has yet to have taken place. What is known, though, is that DAG 109 members were behind this attack. Rest in peace, Butch. Butch was actually the brother of Semiz, who was a part of the 51st Alliance, and sadly died in 2019, this meaning that the family has lost both of their sons to the endless knife violence in London. It's also rumored that their cousin was a member of Hornsey known as Crimer, who was
not their cousin as well. They're saying another guy. Oh, no way, man. That's crazy.
also sadly shot dead by Woodgreen. And to make the entire situation worse, their other cousin was a Pembury member known as Pipes, who was
Yeah, that's crazy. So two of their cousins and both of them, like, them being brothers and two of their cousins. That's
also killed. Rest in peace. Following the death of Butch, a member of 109 would begin to drop songs, this member being Tabs, who would drop a song titled Open Up. This song was extremely disrespectful. In the music video, Tabs would walk out of a coffin, followed by the disturbing bar, Chucky got put in a box. This music video would be quickly taken down. However, re-uploads do still exist. Tabs would diss Chucky, Butch, Manny, Lynx, and Young Valenti within this song. Rest in peace. In 2023, the beef between the barking-based set ASB and CBT would begin to get deadly, with it even being known that a rival member would shoot a member of ASB known as C3 in his home, this then turning C3 into a demon on roads. ASB members would also start to release music around 2023, with rappers like AR and Nino dropping music videos on
haven't heard of them.
Their own ASB YouTube channel. These two members would release a song known as Back to Basics, which gained loads of attention, currently sitting on around 130,000 views, which is crazy,
That's
especially
good.
due to the fact that the music video was
Exactly, on their own channel as well. That's good, man.
posted on an independent YouTube channel. Now, around the end of 2023, many members from DAG 109 would begin to jump off roads or switch gangs, this then leading to the gang becoming less active, with the membership dropping. Around October 2023, a member associated with S17 in Dagenham would begin to go viral on TikTok, this member being known as Lil Zeno, who would release previews to his upcoming track PTSD. The TikToks posted by Lil Zeno would gain thousands of views and would gain Lil Zeno a fanbase before even dropping his first song, and it would be on the 24th of October 2023 that Lil Zeno would drop PTSD. This song would gain loads of attention within the streets. The song currently sits on around 633,000 views. Lil Zeno would then drop a song titled Free J1 Up at the end of 2023 on the 28th of December. This song would also gain loads of attention, currently sitting on around 150,000 views. However, it would be Lil Zeno's next release that would really show everyone his potential, this being the track titled Dagenham. This song gained loads of attention on TikTok, with the verse Lil Zeno rapped going viral, where he said, "We got sticks, it ain't nothing like bamboo, I don't know kung fu, I ain't a panda." This song would be released on the 25th. Sticks, it ain't nothing like bamboo, I don't know kung fu, I ain't a panda.
I heard that in another song not too long ago.
This song would be released on the 25th of April 2024, but it would be around a week following the release of this song that a prominent member of S17 would be shot and stabbed on the same occasion. Around the beginning of May 2024, members of a rival gang would catch a member of S17 known as D Nino. They would then shoot him and stab him. The attackers would then flee, with paramedics arriving and attempting to save D Nino. The aftermath was actually recorded by a bystander. However, this is far too shocking to show on YouTube. D Nino would end up getting airlifted following the attack, and would actually make a recovery after the attack. In the days after the attack, two members of ASB being Nino and C3 would post on TikTok dancing to Lil Zeno's song Dagenham, with the two members then beginning to laugh when Lil Zeno would rap the lyrics.
Damn.
Days following this attack, members of a rival gang would get the drop on Lil Zeno's address and would brick his house on camera, with the members smashing bricks through his window and running off. Luckily, no one was hurt in this incident. At the beginning of June 2024, an alleged member of ASB would actually catch a CBT member. The ASB member would then begin to let off shots at the CBT member. With this entire incident being caught on CCTV, the CBT member would be shot by the oncoming bullets, but would luckily make a recovery in the days following the attack. Recently, a video emerged showing an ASB member pressuring a S17 member known as D Zeno, with the members attacking him on camera while saying, "Man's on the block with your favorite rapper." Now, since this incident, no other incidents have really occurred within the streets, but I hope that all of the members never leads to jail or death, and never anything positive. These people may appear to be your friends now, but when you're writing 20 years for these people, they will move on and
Yeah, man. Stay out of the streets, man. every video like this just shows you why. Like the streets are cursed, as they say, man. But yeah, another good video from UK Drill Plug, man. Big him up. Yeah, and let me know what you think about this in the comments, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.